So why don't you tell me? Hi, Connie. So if you'd be so kind as just tell me a little bit about your experience about the weekend here. Anything you want to share?
Well, first, it wasn't what I expected it to be, definitely. And when I came here, I expected to just start painting and that it would help me with my painting and all that. And what happened is pretty amazing. The thing I learned the most, or that I am taking away the biggest, is that I learned to stop looking outward for inspiration for my artwork, and that all the answers are within. And for the first time, I hear a voice that is guiding me to move in a direction. And I think it's both exciting and exhilarating, as well as really quite scary. And I think to learn that here at Creative Juices is made it safe and comfortable, and just everything about the atmosphere here provided that for this lesson to happen for me. Definitely. Even the people that join together that I randomly meet, I think supported that process to happen. And I'm really, 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 really in love with the paintings that I did. And I can say that I, especially this one, I love with all my heart, and I look forward to like living with that painting and learning from that painting. And being here helped me realize how important painting itself is in my life, and to me as a spiritual person, and as a part of my spiritual practice. And I like that you have us practice silence while we're here, and I think that has been really powerful for me, especially being that I'm a talker, and helping me go inward and helping me pull these things out and helping me listen and hear, definitely. Also, there's been a journey from that was my first painting, and even though it was very safe, and I felt like a Ouija board because I started putting words in my painting, which I don't ever really do, except in art journaling, but that's a different thing. But I never really put words in my painting. And for me to do that was kind of nerve-wracking, but I like I said to you, I felt like a Ouija board and that I had to put it in there. And at first I didn't really get it, and I was kind of, I don't know if the word is offended, but kind of confused by why I wrote what I wrote. And last night it came to me and I understood it, and I woke up and I was totally in tears because I understood what this painting was about, and that I needed to do this and get rid of that stuff to move on to what this painting was.
Would you come stand next to her?
And it was an interesting process because, like, I was hearing things, like, anytime I would hear something in my head, like, I kept hearing "put boats in the clouds," and like I was like, I'm not gonna put boats in the clouds, it's a stupid idea. And then finally I was like, that's right, I have to listen to that voice. So then I was putting the boats in the clouds, and I didn't like it at first, but I left it. And usually my intention is, like, if I don't like it, then I just go over it, you know. But you helped me by saying, you said something about, you know, when you put it there, there's no painting over, everything is meant to be there. And so I really stayed true to that, and true to the things you talked with us about on the first day, and felt that that's what needs to guide me into this next step of my artistic life. And yeah, I really love this painting. I love everything about it. I love you know, the paints that we used, and from my background and my training, I would have poo-pooed using those paints, and they were the best vehicle to be so spontaneous and direct with how you paint. And I think I'm never going back to my hotty-toddy paints again. Yeah, it was pretty amazing. And then after that I did this one, and I still don't know what it's about, but the coolest thing that I learned from doing this is when I finished, I was all finished and I put everything away, and I walked out the door and I like stopped because it was sitting over there, And at the time, she didn't have her eyes open, they were closed. And something said in my head, you have to open her eyes. So then I had to come back and take the saran wrap up and do it over again. And well, not do it over, but open her eyes. So I wasn't finished yet. And having that, that's when it occurred to me that I'm no longer the one in charge. Mm-hmm. And not being the one in charge is actually kind of working for me, because I like the body of work that I'm creating. And I am so unbelievably grateful for this experience and this opportunity. It's been so many years coming to come to this point. And even though I've always called myself an artist and said I was an artist and I'm an art teacher, I think I completely, fully embody and feel like an artist after this weekend. And it's crazy that only after a few days you could go through that. And yeah, I think that's about covers it. Is there any other questions?
No, that's good. Thanks, Ree.
Yeah, and you just provide. I'm just so grateful that your life has led you to creating this. That this is here. So I'm very grateful for everything. My friends that I made here, and I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, thank you.
And you've just showered me with love since the minute I walked in here. Thank you.
That was easy.